I was having an issue. So.
Yeah, but like I was saying, a little gesture on our parts. We kept a cooler of water at the front of the staging lanes full of ice and water for all weekend. I mean, that thing, I didn't let it empty because it was a little warm out there, and the key is to stay hydrated. And, you know, we talk about safety, but that's not something we don't take lightly.
Yeah, I mean, it was toasty, but it was still nice at least.
It was definitely bearable. So
absolutely.
We're looking forward to next year, Chris. We really are.
Awesome, outstanding. I'm looking forward to, like I said, I was really bummed out that I couldn't make it, but I couldn't justify it with what was going on here.
No, absolutely not. You got to take care of your home first.
Yep. But without a doubt, be out there next year. I love Lebanon Valley, and this is it sounds like a kick-ass event from everything that I was, seeing on Facebook and around. We'll do some stuff for you guys next year without a doubt.
Now, one of my nicknames was given to me by Wayne. And if you're a track operator and you run the place and you want to go back, you take the nickname and you run with it. Now, I don't know how I got the nickname Mrs. Butterworth. But trust me, I was okay with it. I hear over the radio, Mrs. Butterworth, and I'm like, yes, sir. Because, you try to bring some light to the weekend because it can you can have your halfway through the day moment where you're just like, shut it down. We're tired. And each and every staff member, but yeah, and the staffs were like, are you Mrs. Butterworth? I go, if that's what it takes to get back here next year. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like my sweets and all that stuff. And we got talking about the I don't know, I like cupcakes and ice cream. And he's like, you're a regular Mrs. Butterworth. Right. Yeah. See, so he just wanted to know why I wasn't 500 pounds. I said, well, have you seen me run around this place? So I'll take that. And then I went over to the concession stand. They called me the ice cream man. So, and then people were following me around all weekend thinking I got buckets of ice cream. So, whatever it takes, I'm cool with that. I technically am called by Gary or Super G, but ice cream man works too. I don't care.
There you go. Well, very cool. Like I said, you guys put on a hell of an event. I was bummed out I didn't get to see it, but from everything I've read, everything I've heard, it was killer. It was really, really was.
It was really fun. It was a really fun time. I'm happy that I got to go as a racer and really experience it. I mean, we would have been there either way. Of course, this season didn't work out the way that we wanted it to. And I mean, there are so many other people that could say the same thing. So as crazy as this year has been for so many racers, especially in this area of the country, I want to thank you guys for bringing a great event where everybody had a great time. And like we keep saying, we're looking forward to next year, but right now that's what we got.
Yep.
Yeah. It was our pleasure. I can tell you that for a fact. I won't be long-winded, but you're welcome. Everybody's welcome. I mean, I heard it a million times that it was so cool to have a big money race, and we want to be bigger and better. Obviously, you always want to improve. Like I had people walk up like, what, can I just buy the sticker? They want the twin 10K sticker. And that's because all these other big races have that sticker or that nostalgia that goes with it, that prestige. Yeah. And I was handing those out. I don't know if we had extra drivers out there, but it was okay. It was okay. And it was nice to bring a race to the track where people were elated. It's exciting. Makes it exciting for us.
Very cool. Yeah. Now we just got to get it to come a little bit more east, maybe. Right, Allie?
Yeah. Maybe if we could have something at New England. I mean, I love going to Lebanon, but New England's only 20 minutes from my house. So
well, I will give you a little tidbit. I hope I don't upset anybody when I say this. There was New England in the works. And then just facts and figures couldn't come together. And I don't even know if it's just figures. It wasn't like guarantees what's in it for us moments. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
Let's take a chance. Let's see what it does. Now, maybe they're going to find out, whoa, it's a business. They have an operation to run and they know what they can do on this weekend without us. But now they may know what they can do with us. So we've always wanted to do a 2-race event. And this tapping into this area, your area, was obviously very good because we go from 160 to 170 standard to 224. We're looking at 244, 254. That puts us in the $20,000 range, and some. So that's
well, if anybody from New England is listening, there was a lot of New England Dragway locals at this event. A lot.
There was Virginia drivers, Maryland drivers. Yeah. They were from everywhere. Rochester. We had a Rochester winner in the high roller Friday, so we welcome it. We're not. I mean, it's not about wanting or don't wanting. We always want to go to another track and represent what we represent and what you guys represent as well.
Also, just to note that Rochester High Roller winner Mark Goya had Dues and beadlocks in the winner circle.
Nice. Now wait a minute. If we were to go to New England, does Dusen travel with us?
Dusen travels. Listen, well, once we get the trailer with living quarters again, Dusen travels wherever the big money racing travels. So
okay,
if this race goes to New England, I know my dad's not here to be on this with me, but like 99% sure we have no problem traveling with you guys.
Cool.
Dusen is going to be part of a silly little show that we're going to do towards the end of the year this year that I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Dusen is cruising with everybody. If you ain't using Dusen, you're losing right now.
Oh my Lord. Give her a microphone. Now, my question now, we talked about the snowmobile thing, correct, Chris?
Yes.
Now, does Dusen know anything about that stuff?
No. My dad used to have snowmobiles, but we don't do any snowmobile stuff like racing wise, even though that does seem super cool.
Me and Vince run a snowmobile circuit. We run a hill climbing, the pretty badass show. We do like 9 or 10 events, 700 sleds in about 4 hours because I can't stand snow. I know nothing about sleds, but I know how to count money. So that's why I'm there. I'm the announcer when we do that. I'm basically the operator of it all. So if that's anything anybody wants to get involved in, but we won't talk about that. We don't want to get into the snow yet.
Yeah, I'm still setting up the last bits of summer right now. I don't want to get it.
No
snow. Say no to snow. All right, guys. Well, again, hell of a job on your race this weekend. Hell of a job with Dusen being involved in that event, and be interesting to see what next year brings, I should say. And thank you guys for coming on and hanging out. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, it was great to be around everybody, and we'll be making announcements probably fairly soon, just some sponsorships and other things for the race. So I look forward to next year. Thank you, Chris, very much.
You're very welcome, my friend. Allie, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, everybody, for everything. Thank you, everybody that came to our race. We really liked it.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you all soon.
All right. Have a great night.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So coming up in just a few minutes, as soon as he's done making fun of me, Christy Pascal, who is one of your winners from this past weekend at Cecil County for the Uncle Buck's pig roast. So Chris, if you're listening, you can stop making fun of me on Facebook now and come on, you bastard. My wife is sitting here laughing at me too. So, gotta love it. The abuse I take. Let's see. Oh, he mentioned me in a comment. This ought to be good. He's making fun of me from looking like I have to go to the bathroom. I bet he's still trying to figure out how to log into Zoom. Waiting for you. Dun 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 dun. Sign in wrong. All right, hang on. All right, if you're listening, that is right off of my screenshot of it. So like I said, this past weekend was the 29th annual Uncle Buck's Pig Roast. There he is. See, that's a screenshot. Unmute that now. Unmute yourself. You got to unmute yourself.
How's that? You hear me now?
There you go.
Hey, I got it. I went to go log into it. I had it set up already, and then I clicked it, and it just said wrong. And I'm like trying to type it all back in. I had it written down on a piece of paper over here. Got a little screwy.
You sound like Pete.
Yeah, where is Pete? How come he's not on here tonight?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say why, but he is just not here this evening.
Predisposed.
We had some things to tend to.
Gotcha.
So,
how about Jerron? Where's my buddy Jerron?
He has been busy.
Everybody's busy.
Everybody is busy except me. Yeah, nobody wants to talk to me anyway. So, yeah. So you made the journey down to Cecil County, huh?
Yeah, it was to say the least, it was something that wasn't even in the plans, honestly. We weren't going to go. I wasn't going to go. I had some other stuff going on between blowing the dragster motor back up again. I put the motor in and then had a parts failure inside the motor, so I had to come back out. And then I had the car still in the trailer from Atco, and to get ready to go to CECIL, I had to get the trailer out in the street, unload the trailer, get the dragster in the garage, and then load everything back up and set up and go. I was like, you know what? I'll just skip this one. And then my wife texts me. She was in Long Island for the week with her brother and her parents out in Greenport. And she texts me and she says, we're going racing this weekend. I said, no, I'm gonna back off. I'm not gonna go this weekend. She goes, no, you don't understand. We are going racing this weekend. And I went, oh, okay. So we decided to, I guess my wife decided we're going. So I can't argue when your wife tells you you're going drag racing, you go drag race.
Absolutely. Hey, she's gonna let you play. You got to take advantage of it when you can, right?
Yeah, the kids wanted to go see their friends and go race, and cars right in trailer, might as well run that too. So then here's the other side of that. We leave my house at 11 o'clock at night. About an hour and 45 minutes from there. So me and James Antoinette didn't get there till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. We went to the Walmart, waited, and then got up in the morning, went over. And they opened the gates at 8. They started running at 9. And I have 4 cars to unload, prep, get ready, and race. Hours, not enough time. So we're just starting to get the juniors ready to go because they're the first ones out. And they're already calling Super Street to the lanes because the run order was Junior Dragster, Super Street, Super Comp, Super Gas, and then Test and Tune, and then back in the rotation. So me and James were both running. He was running 2 Junior Dragsters and Super Street. His father was running Super Street, and I was running 3 Junior Dragsters and Super Street. And I looked at James. I'm like, dude, I can't make it. there's no way I can make it. And if this is the run order, there's no way I'm going to do this. And he looked at me, he goes, me neither. I just put shocks in the car. I still got to set that up. He's like, I'm not going to run either. So I'm like, screw it. We're just not going to run the cars. We're not going to run the big cars at all. And then I said, you know what? Let me just go grab Rob. So I grabbed Rob and I said, listen, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but something's got to give. I mean, I can't do that. There's not enough time for me to run around in a circle like that. So he said, let me see what I could do. He said, get your stuff ready. I'll give you a run at the end of everybody. So just get your stuff ready. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure you get your run. Okay, cool. By the time I got back and started prepping the Vega, I already heard an announcement over the PA. Run order changed. We're going to run junior dragsters, super comp, super gas, then super street, which made it totally tolerable. We made it up there. We got our runs. Everything was good. Second time run, of course, everybody always says when things are bad, you drive better. Well, second time run, I'm coming up the return road and I hear a big bang in the back of the car. I look back, I think I ran over a piece of rock or something and nothing there. So get my time slip, go back to the trailer, back the car up. It broke the track locator bar bracket right off the ladder bar, spun it around, hit the slick, shot out the back and hit the wheelie bar. Now the rear can't hold itself straight in the car. And I'm like, what am I going to do now? So me and James scrambled and we got an old bracket that I had from my dragster when I switched it from a wishbone to a X-Link. So I bolted that in its place, went back out there and made my first, that was prior to first round, won first round and then just kept going. And I wasn't killer on the tree all day. My first 2 rounds, I was 36 and 40. Then I decided I needed to step that up a little bit and I just took the delay out and rolled with it. If I went red, I went red and I just kept going. Got all the way down to, I think we're down to 5 cars, me and James both still in, looking that potentially we can run each other in like the final, the way we're looking at it. And we're all excited, cheering each other on, helping each other out. He loses in the quarters. I won the quarters, and then I had a bye. I had who was actually really crazily good all of a sudden that just came out and started kicking everybody's ass. I had Dana Leone's husband or future husband, Dave Nahill.
Yep.
I had him and I'm like, man, he's been killing everybody lately. He just came out and started kicking everybody's butt. So I need to be on my game. So I took the delay out against him. I was 36th the round before and I was 003 against him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I got that round win going into the semis. I got a bye to the final. And then of course I got to run the friggin' killer Keith. He's kicked my ass 3 times this year. Every run I've had, we've been 00. I was 00 and 91 every time I've run him this year so far prior to this weekend. And he beat me on every one of them.
Oh, wow.
So I knew he was going to be tough. So I totally whiffed in the final and figured I was going to hold and he's going to try to push me out. And he walks right by me and I'm like, you're going to go past me and wheel this. Okay. This makes an easy decision for me. And I just waited as far as I could and stopped. And I go 90 with a 1 at 144 and he goes 89.4, I think he went 89. I don't remember what.
Mark the day, date, and time when you pull that one off, going up against Keith, right?
Oh yeah, Keith is. Oh, I tell you what. Everyone, like people came up to me right before the final. Please be Keith. Please be Keith. He won enough. Da 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 da. Let me tell you something. That dude is unbelievable. He is probably one of the most consistent people and has the most amount of seat time out of anybody I've seen. Like if we're like, on the weekends I'll go racing and the next weekend we'll go camping or we'll go spend time with other friends. We don't only race. Keith, every weekend he's racing. If he's not racing Super Street, he's got a bracket car. He goes to US 13. Every weekend he's got seat time. So he is very, very consistent, very good, very seasoned.
Yep.
He's amazing.
Cool. So you got to take home the piggy.
I got the piggy. I got the cutting board. I got the cash, which oddly enough, and by the way, Keith, if you happen to see this at all, I didn't mean to totally miss the fact that we could have talked about splitting some money up in the final. I was rattled because I went up for the final. I look over at the car and I look at the bottle, and I went to go crack the air bottle on, it was already on, and the gauge was almost empty. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going into the final against Keith and my air bottle's dead and I have an air stop. So I'm like, what do? I shut the bottle off and I said, oh, after the burnout, I'll turn it back on. But I totally forgot to ask if he wanted to make a deal in the final or do something friendly with him. So I normally with friends, I'll ask if he wanted to split money up or whatever. And I totally missed it. So sorry about that, but I won. So it's better in my benefit anyway.
Yeah, you got in the car, turned the bottle out and gave it
Yes, so I did the burnout and then I opened the bottle up right before I staged the car, and I actually sped it up a little more, trying to hopefully compensate enough for the slow throttle stop response. And it actually worked out perfect because I go dead at 1.
There you go. Cool. So what's the rest of the season looking like for you?
Well, I'm struggling right now trying to get the dragster motor back together for the Dave Stein race. I definitely really would love to have both cars for that race. 12.5 to win in Super Comp, 10,000 win Super Street, plus 3,000 on Friday, 2,000 on Sunday. Junior dragsters were just announced $1,000 guaranteed for junior dragsters. So it's a great race. I helped support it. I sponsored a portion of that. And I totally can't wait to be at that one. Signed up for the week after that. We're going to the Nationals. I don't think I'm going to hit any more divisionals. I'm not going to Epping this weekend. We're actually going to Lake George with the Antonets for the weekend.
Nice.
And then next weekend we'll be at the next weekend. Hopefully I'll have my motor back, and then we'll put it back in the car for the Dave Stein race. And then Nationals. There's a Halloween race they just announced at ATCO for junior dragsters. So we'll probably be at that for the junior dragster Halloween race. I don't really know what else we're going to really do. I'm going to kind of sit back and play it by ear and just enjoy myself. After I couldn't catch Keith in the points no more, kind of just have fun when I want to.
Well, the other cool thing too out of this weekend was Rob was able to announce his first champion already. With Chase Funstock.
I tell you, he is killing it in the hardest class there is. He is really killing it.
Absolutely. I mean, he's, Rob even said, he goes, I've looked at every mathematical formula known to man. No matter what happens, the people, they won't catch him.
Yep. And I'll tell you who's been driving really well lately too. I've noticed Don Bangs. He's won 2 races in a row, I believe.
Yep.
He won I don't know if it was a .90 or if he won the a divisional, but he won one just prior, and he just won on Sunday too.
Yeah, actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see which. I have too many screens up. That's Sunday. Buzz through this real quick. Give me just 1 second.
And how about that Iggy Boychesko coming out, getting to the final after having that horrible thing happen at Lebanon?
Absolutely. Now, which car is he running? Is he running Old Reliable again?
The black and blue Super Comp car. Are you talking about Bangs? Or are you talking about
Iggy?
Iggy's got the old like the one that had ATI on it, the newer.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the one that got wrecked was a Davis car, and this is the Brogy car with a body, I believe.
Yep. Let's see. I can't find it. That's all right. Yeah. Yeah. It was cool to see Iggy. He was runner up on Sunday. at
George
Super Gas.
Dunhauser. How about that one? Uncle Buck,
Yep.
George Dunhauser doing the pig roast and turns around and wins the race. That's pretty cool.
Actually, let's hit the winners from this past weekend. We'll start off obviously with Saturday in Super Comp. Chase Fonstock, and he secured his championship for 2022. The runner-up was Doc Doherty. Super Gas, Bill Phillips, runner-up in that beautiful blue and silver Camaro, Rick Mattioli.
Yeah, I tell you,
And-
you see how Rick's been running with that car? That technically started as a super street car. And he said he likes it better because it's on a stop less than 990. And since they moved the reaction times, he could do it. And he's been killing it.
Yeah, he's been doing real good.
Yeah.
And then also again on Saturday, Super Street, some guy by the name of D. Pasquale took out Keith Mayers. I haven't heard that first
I
name
saw that
before.
round.
I
watched
know
that
he
one.
makes smart ass comments on Facebook, but that's okay. Sunday, Super Comp, Don Bangs, like we had just talked about, took out John Martin. In Super Gas, like you just mentioned, George Donhauser. It was really cool to actually see Donhauser do an interview because I've been told very rarely will he do an interview.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I found that out last week. So that's cool. He took out Iggy Boy Chesko, an old reliable, the old ATI Corvette. And Super Street, Sean Lanigan, who's won, I think this is his second win this year as well, in that beautiful Camaro, took out Dom Bergis.
Yep.
So very cool.
And then
Congratulations, everybody.
Junior Dragsters, there was obviously not, I don't know if it was track
I
run or whatever.
didn't see the results from juniors at CECIL, but I think Rob is listening, so he might shoot them to me real quick.
A Saturday, I know I forget who won. I know James Antoinette III runnered up in Junior Dragster on Saturday, and Michael Antoinette won on Sunday.
Cool. I'm actually sorry, not ignoring you. Getting some updated information. Let's see. Don won the divisional at ATCO. He also runnered up at the .90 at ATCO on Sunday and won the D race at ATCO, and then Sunday at CECIL in .90. So
Yeah,
cool. He's having a good year on both sides of the fence.
Yeah, he's been killing it lately. I don't know what got in him, but he's definitely driving really, really well lately. He's been turning on a lot of lights.
Hey Rob, since you're listening, do you have any all the junior stuff for me or no?
I know it was Alphonse Fonce versus Michael Antoinette in the final on Sunday. You know what? I think Alphonse won Saturday. Alphonse versus Michael. Alphonse beat James in the final.
Charlie Blitz won juniors on Saturday, you said?
Blittersdorf, yes. Cue ball.
Okay, Blittersdorf. All right.
Yeah, they call him
So
cue
that
ball.
must mean that the Stacklings weren't there then, since they've been winning everything else.
Freaking Jimmy, he said that they're done for the season. I think the only one that they're going to run is the Nationals at Maple Grove because James got invited because he won the division at the beginning of the year.
Nice. Congratulations. That's awesome.
How about Evan, man? He hasn't lost all year. He literally has not lost a round all season.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah. I tell you, and it's not that easy to be that consistent, different tracks. I mean, they got a handle on.
I would think from a non-competitor's point of view that hitting the reaction times that he's been getting with that itty bitty little motor and those things is something outrageous.
It's very unpredictable. I could note my son has been doing very well in junior dragsters in a 790 car the past year since he's got that car. And everybody has these things. Once in a while the car coughs. Once in a while, it just runs off. There's just things you can't predict. And whatever they're doing, they got it right because they're definitely killing it. then nobody wants to get up against them because they haven't lost.
That's awesome. No, it's good for them. So,
Yeah.
well, cool. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your season and, have fun up at Lake George. That's one of my, we're going to visit when we get our camper list. So
I haven't been there in a couple of years. We're gonna go up there for the weekend and have a good time, and then get back to some racing. I can't wait. One thing I got to say, as far as that whole .90 association thing, everyone, if you see my interview with Rob after the Winter Circle, which I have never had done an interview with Rob before.
oh, you muted yourself.
Please, Division I director.
Yeah.
I kept asking him, and he was like, no. And I said, you know what? It would be a conflict of interest. Don't become Division I director. No, we want his races. His races are really, really probably the best bang for your buck in a .90 that you can get. That dude busts his butt and makes no money doing it. He does it because he loves it. And if you don't support someone like that, you're an idiot.
Yep. That's what everybody has said when I first met Rob. They joke, they made to me what I thought was the joke, the hardest working man in all of .90 racing. But as I got to know him and then throughout the years, it's true. Nobody puts the effort in to a series like what he does and then walks away with, dust coming out of his wallet at the end of the weekend.
There's things that I mean, we talked about it over the weekend. There's things that happens between races, prior to races coming up, things like that, that Rob, for most people, would be like, I'm done, forget it. I'm just going to cancel. I'm not going to do this no more. I'm done. And I asked him, I heard something that happened that, I guess a fee had gone up that he has to absorb. And I looked at him like, why do you why is that? Didn't you already have this negotiated? And he said, yeah, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm like, how are you gonna do that? He goes, I guess I'm gonna have to pay the additional stuff. And I'm like, you don't make any money on it as it is. How are you gonna absorb money that you didn't make any money on in the beginning? And he's like, I don't know, I gotta make it work. Like he does not stop. He don't care. Whatever it is, he is gonna do what he's got to do. And it's incredible the dedication he does to make nothing at it. And listen, I told him several times, charge $5 a car more and just keep it. Nobody would care. Nobody would complain.
Absolutely.
Like, it doesn't matter. I feel bad for the guy, but he's great. And I hope he continues doing it because it's a great system, a great deal. And I thank Rob every time. I've done very, very well at all his races. I thank Rob every time. His dedication is bar none, and he's the best at it.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, Chris, great job this past weekend, and enjoy the rest of the season. Hopefully, you get to see all your cars at the Stein race.
I will try to be there as much. I'll do everything I can to be there. I will be there with one, or I'll be there with 3 at least. Hopefully 4. We'll see.
All right. Well, very cool. Well, congratulations again, Christy Pascal. You went on Saturday at Uncle Buck's.
Yep. Thank you very much.
You got it, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Enjoy. Make sure you go hit that toilet, huh? See you later.
All right. Have a good night, Chris.
You too.
All right, everybody. We are out of here. Have a great night. And we'll talk to you all soon. We'll be back live next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.